And they're going through some transfer issues. Let's get into Alabama State. Insert Alabama State. Okay, we're talking about some issues here in the transfer portal. They have already lost 2 impact players for their offense, as I just spoke about. Miles Crawley, quarterback, went from Alabama State to Grambling this past offseason. And then you have Jeremiah Hickson, their second leading receiver, transferred from Alabama State to the University of New Mexico during the early signing day. Now, we have new entries into the portal as of 2 weeks ago, of the past 2 weeks. Most recently is Ersad Davis, all SWAC defensive back going into the transfer portal after the spring game. Now, if that ain't funny, I don't know what is. There's something going on at Alabama State, and a lot of guys are jumping ship because of it. Jacory Merritt hopped into the transfer portal a week ago. Less than 7 days ago, Jacory Merritt hopped into the portal. Andrew Ogletree hopped into the portal about 7 days ago also. Andrew Ogletree is a defensive end for Alabama State who contribute to this defensive line and really the defensive powerhouse that Alabama State was last year, having 8 TFLs, accounting for 4.5 sacks, 34 tackles, 2 forced fumbles. I mentioned Jacory Merritt's name. He was the leading rusher last year for Alabama State. 120 carries, 526 yards, 4 touchdowns. I mentioned Ersad Davis being a key fixture in their defensive backcourt. Another guy that left for graduation was Keenan Isaac. I got a chance to catch up with him at the NFLPA Bowl this year, but he also leads his defense. So the offense and the defense are losing a lot of vital parts. A lot of vital parts. If you think about the guys who graduated this year, Alabama State graduated all 3 of their top running backs last year. The Earth, Wind, and Fire set, Santo Dunn, Juwan Howell, and Jacory Merritt will all not be on the team next year. Entire backfield's gone. Brandon Gaddy on the defensive line and Nelson Jordan also leave in graduation, along with Andrew Ogletree, which makes their defensive line almost bare at this point. So this is a very different looking Alabama State team that we'll see this year compared to last year. And they're losing a lot of talent. A lot of talent. You still have a couple guys on offense. LaVisca and Keshawn Johnson is still there. But you're missing a lot of pieces. I think this really kind of falls on the coaching. And these are some guys, you could have used all of these pieces this year. Keep it real. You could have used every one of these players this year. And do not be surprised if any of these guys end up in the SWAC or the MEAC. Big problems for Alabama State. I think offensively, they've got to go find a new offensive coordinator. After watching their spring game this past weekend, I was very unimpressed by what I saw. Not only by the media. I mean, we didn't get a scoreboard or even announcers. It was like watching game film. But aside from that, watching the football game, no. That was bad. That was very bad. Give me a second there. That was very bad. So I think that what Alabama State has as an offense is a team that is now rebuilding. We're pushing to the rebuild. Demetrius Davis it's not working out. I'm sorry. It's not working out. This is not the go-to guy. This is not the guy that you want to lead your team at this point. He doesn't respond well to this offense. I don't think this is his type of offense. He may very well make a move very soon. I see that the backup quarterback looked decent during the spring game with a very strong arm. Shout out to Naquai Lett. Lett looked very good at quarterback. Number 2, if you have a chance to take a look at his game, he has a very strong arm. He made good decisions throughout the day, but that was the one bright spot within the spring game. This Alabama State team is in trouble. They're in big trouble. I mean, I think in the SWAC right now, they're going to have a lot of problems. This doesn't look like a team that's even close to competing. I'll give you guys a look at the spring game, just a couple of plays as I continue this rant. But Alabama State and the future of Demetrius Davis definitely has to be in doubt. After watching this game, I think he only completed 2 passes during the spring game. And look, I get it. You keep it simple. You don't want to show your hand. You don't want to play everybody. You don't want to show all the plays. Jackson State only had 5 plays. But they at least scored a damn touchdown. This Alabama State offense it looks remedial. I don't know if it's the guy running it or the guy calling it, but it doesn't look effective. And I can understand why a lot of offensive players have decided to hit the portal and make a better move for themselves, given the fact that this offense is going to have a lot of problems this year. And they had a lot of problems last year. They only averaged 19 points last year. They were among last in the SWAC in passing yards per game, among last in the SWAC among points per game. This Alabama State team has to find things and put them together very fast. Coach Eddie Robinson, he's put himself in this position, and I'm sure he's ready to dig himself out. We've seen a lot of different SWAC teams and HBCUs attract a lot of talent within their region. Now, there's this small transfer portal window right now where you can really re-up and find some guys, so hopefully Bama State can. But currently,